Hello and welcome to the first of 4 cards using the Hello Harvest bundle. That is the Hello Harvest stamp set and then the rustic pumpkin dies. And I've got 4 cards for you using this bundle of products, along with some of the items that you received in your box full of fun if you did purchase that. So for card number 1, you're going to find these pieces in your make and take kit that's in the box full of fun if you purchased it. You've got a 5.5 by 8.5 inch layer of balmy blue that I've got folded in half, a 4 by 5.25 inch piece of white for the inside, a 3 by 3.75 inch piece of white, 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 black. Then you're going to need to cut yourself these 2 pieces of paper from the Rustic Harvest paper. We've got a 4 by 5.25, and then we've got a 3/4 by 5.25. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out with using the little floral bouquet and some Memento ink. So I'm going to ink up my stamp in the black Memento. And I'm going to stamp it kind of up here at the top of the card in the center. There we go. Got a little ink there. All right, now I'm going to set that to dry just a little bit because I'm going to color this in with my blends. Put the lid on that. And then I'm going to add my Designer Series paper to my layer here. Bring in my liquid glue here. Okay, and then we'll just add that to the front of the card. You can see I had a tiny bit of stamping there that I was testing out, but we're just going to cover that right up. Okay, we'll also go ahead and add our strip of Designer Series paper to our inside layer. Just a little bit of glue there. And we'll add that right to the bottom of that inside layer of white. Okay. And then we can go ahead and add this to the inside of the card. All right. I'm also going to be using this really cute double-stitched ribbon in the balmy blue and white. And what's really cool about this is that there is actually 2 pieces of ribbon here sewn together with a very thin, clear thread. So it's almost like a little plastic, like a little piece of fishing line that's very, very thin. So I'm going to separate these 2 layers because I don't want the white, I just want the blue. So you can pull these apart, and then you can just sort of use your scissors to cut apart those little clear filament pieces there. And then you can pull your blue back and cut some more off, and you can just keep doing this until you get the length of the section that you need. Now I'm going to tie a bow, so I would probably need, I don't need, maybe like 6 inches, 8 inches or so. So I've already actually done that. And I have my piece right here. So I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow with this. So I'm just going to, I like to make 2 what I call bunny ears. And then I cross them, and then I bring the 1 loop under into the hole there. And then it's just a matter of manipulating the ends so that the bow gets to be the length that you'd want it to be. Now, I don't know exactly how long I want it to be, so I'm just going to leave it like this for the moment. And then I'm going to bring my paper back in, and we're going to color this. So I'm going to start with my dark balmy blue, and I am just going to kind of come out from the center of this flower, or all the flowers basically, and add some of the dark color. And then I'm going to come back in and do a little bit of blending with my light balmy blue. Got my dark in there. I'm going to come back in with my light and just come to the ends of the flower tips there. I've got a dark night of navy, and I'm just going to kind of dot some color in these tiny little, well, these might be like some kind of a dandelion. I don't know. I'm not very good with plants, but I'm just kind of filling in the center of these little guys with just by tapping my marker to the inside there. And then we've also got these little flowers that we're going to add the color to. And then I have these little kind of, I don't know what these are either, but I'm just going to tap my blue around in those little dotted areas just to give it a little bit of color. All right, and then my final color I'm going to bring, or actually my second to final, I'm going to bring in my, what is this, light granny apple green, and I'm going to color my leaves. Okay, and then we're finally going to color the middle of the flowers with our dark saffron. Okay, and then I'm also going to add one of these small flowers here. Bring my black back in. I'm going to ink this up, and I want to stamp it upside down. So the way it is here, to me, looks right side up. So I'm going to flip that over, and then I'm going to stamp that upside down right here. Okay. Let that dry for a second. All right. And we're going to bring in our dark balmy blue, the light balmy blue, and then the saffron again. And I should have done this when I stamped everything else, but I forgot. All right, so then we're going to cut this piece. Okay, we're going to bring in the trimmer here, and we're going to cut this into 3 equal sections, 3 3/4 inches across the top. So that divided by 3 is 1 1/4 inches. So I'm just going to use this side of my trimmer. So I've got that lined up at the 1 1/4 inch mark, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull that down. I'm going to slide this over again to the 1 1/4 inch mark, and then we'll just slide this up. So now we have 3 equal pieces. All right, and so on this middle piece here, I'm going to stamp my sentiment that says, "You are missed." There we go. And then we're going to add these to the layer of black. So this one's going to go in the middle, but then we're going to turn these and have them go to the outside. Okay, so that's kind of a nifty little trick. And I just added this little flower. Remember, I stamped it upside down. I did that for a reason, so now it's right side up. So I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive to these pieces. So I'm going to do the outer edge pieces first. And I'm going to try to line those up equal distance on all 3 sides. I'm going to do this outer edge one also. Okay, so we'll turn that around, get this one on here. See a little glue booger there, we'll get rid of that. All right, and then we'll go ahead and add our center piece. I need to clean my seal. It's getting a little bit gummy down there, and sometimes then the glue starts to stick. So I'll have to do that after the video. So we're going to try to center this. There we go. So now we have a cute little fun different look to this. And I've got more glue. So I'm going to add this to my card layer here with some dimensionals. So we're going to go 1 in each corner and then 1 in the middle. And I like to just press my fingernails into these, and then that kind of loosens the grip that the backing has. And then we will just make sure we have this going the correct way. And then we're just going to add this to the middle of the card. Okay. And then I'm going to bring my bow back in here. And I'm going to put my bow up here in the corner. So I'm just going to kind of figure out, how long I want my tails to be. So let me kind of snip that off at an angle. I feel like this could be a tiny bit smaller as far as the loops go. Make that tight, and then just snip off the excess here. There we go. And we'll bring in a glue dot, and I'm going to roll this up into a tube. So we will use, whoops, I'm going to use my fingernail and roll that. I'll do that again so you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me get rid of this onto something. There we go. Sorry about that. So I just take my fingernail and I just kind of pull my glue dot towards me. And as I'm doing that, it just kind of rolls into like a little tube, like a log. And then I'm going to add it to my bow on, I don't know, both sides of this bow look fantastic. So I don't really have a wrong side. Okay. And then we're just going to add that to this section of the card here. And we'll manipulate the tails a little bit and get it all good. And then we have our cute little fine sparkle adhesive back gems, and we have some in the balmy blue. So I'm going to go ahead and add a few of these to the card. Maybe I'll add a couple in this little section here where we don't have a whole lot of anything going on. And then maybe I'll add one right over here. So there we have it. You've got a fun little bit of designer series paper on the inside. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. So let's get ready and move on to card number 2.